cliff. Realize there must be more to life than this. Reaching for the stars, traveling so far. Like a dragonfly, just grab my hand from heaven's send. With me tonight, I run away.
Hey, bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Hop. Le son de la musique, ça va. Baissez un peu, voilà. Ok, le jeu. Ok, je suis dessus. Ça me gêne un peu. Tout marche. Ça a l'air d'être impeccable. Juste vérifier, il n'y a pas le son en double. J'ai tweeté aussi. Ok. Tout est parfait. Voilà. Alors j'ai la quête. La quête. Célébration de la Providence. C'est ça? Non, c'est pas ça. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Merde. Non, c'est pas ça. C'est ça? Ouais, les récompenses sont bizarres. Me dis pas que c'est une quête d'événement que j'ai loupé. Non, j'aurai le seum sinon. Attendez, faut que je voie. Hop. C'est un événement. Du 27 au 15. C'est quoi la quête pour commencer? The fuck. Bon. Déjà, il y a la quête. Je l'ai pas loupé. Pas ça. Pourquoi c'est une quête avec un archon et qu'il n'y a même pas de dialogue? C'est bizarre. Et c'était juste ça la quête. Ah mais c'est marqué là. Putain, trop bête. Des fois je me déteste. Mais c'est pas possible d'être aussi bête. Ouais, j'ai fait des vœux. Plusieurs vœux. J'ai acheté tout simplement les orbes. Ici. J'ai eu. Taillou. J'ai eu encore une constellation, du coup les C2. Et j'ai eu Yunjin. Qui est pas mal. Surtout là. Augmente la vitesse d'attaque normale. Ce qui est pas mal, par exemple, pour Ayaka. On va pas se mentir. Et ses compétences aussi. Augmente les dégâts. Donc c'est un buffer. Avec un petit shield. Mais faut le timer parce qu'il dure pas. Donc ouais, il est pas mal en vrai. Je peux peut-être l'intégrer à l'équipe. Mais du coup, je me manquerai un shielder. Parce que là, mon équipe, elle est complète. J'ai beaucoup de dégâts avec eux deux. Un shield, un heal. Plus Electros qui fait pas mal de dégâts en vrai. C'est par où je dois passer? C'est dans l'académie? Ok. Rendez-vous dans le hall principal de l'académie. Des fois, c'est juste marqué.
A moment, if you would. Are you two the famous traveler and Paimon by—
We sure are. And who are...
My name is Wikas, a member of the Academia Extravaganza Planning Committee.
Yep, and that's exactly why we're here.
Is that so? Looks like our Since you're both interested, would you mind if I gave you a brief So, the Academia Extravaganza is a grand event run by the The gala is held annually. During this time, all 6 Darshans will set up booths throughout the city. On the other hand, the championship is held once every 4 years. Each Darshan will send a representative to vie for the position of Grand Champion. This year, the gala is being held alongside—
Got it. Cool.
You're most welcome. Answering questions regarding the Academia Extravaganza—
Huh? Need our help with something?
Well, let me begin by saying that this year's Academia Extravaganza is Lesser Lord Kusanali and the Sages came up with a plan for the Academia to recruit talented people from the desert starting next year. As such, we've invited a great number of desert dwellers to take part in this festival, so they can hopefully experience the Academia's atmosphere ahead of time. I've heard that the two of you are famous across both the rainforest and desert.
Exactly. Or do you mean you want us to join a Darshan?
No need to worry. The championship participants have already been selected. I mean to invite the two of you as guest commentators. Your job will be to— There's no pressure. Just follow each match and enjoy the festival. Aside from that, we'll—
That kind of sounds like a sweet deal. What do you think?
You can head over to the festival venue later. Some of them even might be people you recognize. So, how about it?
Wow. Having fun while getting paid? This sounds...
The main event venue is at the outskirts of the Citadel of Regzar, and the organizer you're looking for— The championship is going to begin soon.
Alrighty, off we go.
Ok. Mais ça fait une grosse quête comme ça. Je comprends pas que c'est un événement. Pour moi, ça doit être une quête principale. J'ai mon petit éventail qui me permet d'aller plus vite en planeur. J'espère que je suis pas mort. Allô?
Welcome, one and all, to the Academy. Now then, allow me to reveal the prizes for this iteration of the Interdarshan Championship. Fabulous monetary rewards, research funds, a limited edition Genius Invocation TCG card, and the right to...
She should be Karina, right? Looks like she's in the middle of something.
The Diadem of Knowledge. What a perfect work of art.
Every time I see it, I feel like...
I believe that most of you have already seen the Diadem of Knowledge or have heard tales about it. 20 years ago, a researcher named Sachin bought it for a large sum of Mora before donating it to... The generous championship prizes are also sourced from his sponsorship. Before we begin, allow me to express our gratitude to this researcher, who cannot be with us right now.
Things can only get worse. Things can only go from bad to worse. Human nature begets conflict, and conflict begets ruin. From the beginning, the seeds of wickedness have been.
Hey, stop, Spin! Paimon called out to you, but you didn't respond. You okay? Did you stay up late without telling Paimon?
All right. I'm sure we're all more than ready for the championship. Now then, let's invite our 6 representing Amorta, Thignari. Representing Spontamod, Cyno.
Ouais, le Spontaman. Layla. Comment ça se prononce son truc?
Representing Ratawahist, Layla.
Ratawahist. Faruzan.
Representing Haravatat, Faruzan.
Kaveh, le nouveau personnage.
Representing Kasharawar, Kaveh. And for Vahumana... Huh? Is Vahumana's...
These introductions are pointless. Let's just get this over with.
Wait a sec.
Finally, our final contestant is Vahumana's representative, Hat Guy.
Le type au chapeau.
Oh, so that's Hat Guy. I think I've seen him.
You know who he is?
I've heard that he's a researcher from a different country who not... His manner of speech hasn't made him popular amongst most other Vahumana researchers, but his comings and goings are quite irregular, so he doesn't interact with others much.
Aside from his more controversial aspects, his perspectives are considered quite incisive. Vahumana has seen a dearth of new talent lately, and some of its existing ones are not currently at the academia, so I suspect
It's just kinda weird. He doesn't seem like...
Now that we have our 6 contestants, the championship will soon begin. Who will triumph this time around? Hold on to your hats, because we're all on this ride together.
Huh. We really do know a lot of the contestants. Oh, right. We're guest commentators, aren't we?
Il y a un fatui là derrière.
Everyone's reasons for... Let's go ask them when we go
Ouais, il y a un
say
fatui.
hi. Especially him.
Attends, Thignari, Cyno. Ah oui, Kaveh, j'ai oublié. Je me dis mince, il y en a que 5.
We meet again, you two.
Hey, Thignari. We came here to check out this extravaganza.
Is that so? I heard that there would be guest commentators recording the proceedings with cameras, but I didn't expect...
It's a pleasant surprise that you're visiting Sumeru again while I'm still on leave, because it's always rice to meet stew again.
So, Thignari, you're representing Amurta, and Cyno, but haven't you both already graduated? Can alumni also...
I had wondered the same thing. When I was told the news, I was actually more shocked than you are now. I later found out that anyone who has been a part of a particular darshan has the right to participate. Graduation status has
So that's a rule, huh?
There are some restrictions, though. For example, sages cannot participate. Any given person can only participate in one.
That's right. Also, there are two methods by which the darshan representatives are chosen. One is self-nomination, and the other is to be...
You must have been a case of the latter, Thignari.
I heard that quite a few of your juniors petitioned for your candidacy.
Sometimes I wish I could clap a few of them over the head and tell them to spend that time on studying instead. Well, you can, but after some consideration, I realize this could be... Next month, we're having a public lecture on ecology at Gandharvaville. If I participate in this event, I might be able to... I'm not that concerned about becoming the champion. Unlike someone...
Yes. I'm using the last of my leave for this. When I heard that a limited edition Genius Invocation TCG card was one of the prizes...
Ouais, c'est pour la carte qu'il a joué.
This year's card is a rare one indeed. It would be a shame if I missed out on it.
Wait, is it some kind of...
No, it's a very common one. But it has a It's very cool.
Permanent apart...
That is reason enough. I shall do my all to emerge
As someone who doesn't play cards much, I can't quite relate. But...
Fair enough. Alright, let's go find...
Allons voir Kaveh. Layla et Faruzan. Eux, ils sont encore étudiants, je crois.
Kaveh! Faruzan! Layla!
Huh? Oh, it's you. Why are you...
We're here as specially invited guest
Is that so? In that case, I'll have to trouble you to catch the moment of my triumph on camera. Remember to shoot from behind at a lower angle. You know, to capture a senior's class.
Don't get ahead of yourself now. Victory will
Je crois
obviously
qu'on peut
be
l'avoir
mine.
avec cet événement, justement. L'obtenir,
You're
Faruzan.
far too young to even
Bon, je l'ai déjà.
consider challenging me. Kasharawar or Ratawahist, you're all children as far as I'm concerned.
Actually, I was going to ask, how do you know?
Huh? You don't remember? I sometimes see you in the library at night.
What?
Huh. How strange. However, this is not the time for curiosity. I am Far...
Yeah.
Good. Then we are officially introduced. See? I like respectful ones, by the way. Would you like to join my research group?
Madam Faruzan, I'm quite sure this counts as poaching. Let's dial things down.
I know, but it's been tough getting people these days. And research funding has been hard to secure. But once I win this tournament, it'll be a different story.
So you're just here to increase the amount of funding you're getting?
Well, not just that. What? Are you well, I suppose that's to be there's been an influx of newly enrolled students, and they'll be paying close attention to this competition. Moreover, research resources will be made available to the victor, so that will nix my funding issues.
I'll do my best as well. At least I don't plan to lose too badly.
So, why are you here, Layla?
I don't know why, but a lot of people recommended me. I didn't sign up myself. I just woke up to find my name.
That sounds like what happened to Thignari.
Him too? Oh, I'm really nervous. I've been so worried about...
Stress not, young one. We must all experience failure to grow and mature.
But Madam Faruzan, I don't want to fail.
Seriously? Everyone has such nice reasons for joining. Must I say?
Yes, you do!
Well, you know, right?
Oh, that's right. You want to move out of Alhaitham?
What? Alhaitham? What about him? This has nothing to do with him.
Oh, right, sorry. So, you want to use the grand prize?
Correct. Also, my father took part in the Interdarshan Championship when I was young. Once I do, the right to wear that diadem will be mine. In a way, I'll be helping my father fulfill a dream.
That's not a bad reason at all. You have ambition, youngster. Although your chances with me here aren't great, I believe your father would be most proud if...
Not that he'll have the chance to celebrate. My father passed away many years ago. They say he ran into quicksand while traveling in the...
For you to have experienced such a thing.
It's all in the past now, and life goes on, doesn't it?
All right. Earlier, you said that you want to use the prize Mora to purchase a home. Where do you live now? I also heard you mention Alhaitham just a moment ago. Isn't he also from Haravatat?
No, of course not! Why would you think...
Paimon's definitely none.
On va laisser s'embrouiller. On va parler à Nomade qui est tout seul.
So...
Just call me Hat Guy. That's the name I use in Vahumana.
That sounds like a nickname, not a real name.
So I can't go by a simple, ordinary name?
Fine, suit yourself. Alright then, Hat Guy. Why are you taking part in the... We're specially invited guest commentators, so play...
You could be Matra for all I care. So what if I don't answer you? What then?
You...
I'll tell you this much. I have an agreement with someone not to reveal my...
You're not plotting...
Well, it's hard to say. Why don't you take a guess?
Ugh. Fine, be that way. Then we won't ask you why you're participating. Instead...
You two sure like to poke your noses where they don't belong. If I don't say anything... I heard that the Vahumana researcher named Akaba was researching the Tatarasuna incident, so I wrote a few essays to refute his points. Later, when I was bored, I wrote some commentary on societal issues in Inazuma. I didn't expect Vahumana to consider me as one of them. Someone even invited me to a lecture or whatever. From start to finish, it was just the wishful thinking of idiots. A misunderstanding. There's your answer. Simple. But when Lesser Lord Kusanali heard about this, she went out of her way to get me registered in Vahumana. She used the name Hat Guy. Enough chit-chat. You're better off wasting your time with the other... Someone's about to get very unlucky. Wanna guess who?
How is anyone supposed to relax with you around? We've gotta stay alert and keep a close eye. Looks like Karina's got a moment now. Let's go chat with her.
Bon, ils sont encore là. Je vais me les faire.
Busted. Things are about to get dicey. Kamisato out. Sumetsu. Ta. Ta. Ha. Yeah.
Hop, j'ai bien augmenté ma cookie Shinobu. À niveau... Je crois que quand je me suis laissé, elle était niveau 70. Bon, à niveau 80. J'ai tout ce qu'il faut là, j'ai tout ce qu'il faut là, il me manque plus que ça et ça. Je fais encore des serpents de la ruine et après je ferai... peut-être l'arbre foudroyé ou l'hypostase, je sais pas. Je vais essayer l'arbre foudroyé. Je l'ai jamais fait. Puis je verrai ce qui est le plus simple à faire.
You must be the guest commentators week. I saw you two having quite the lively conversation, so I thought it would be best to wait. Are you two free right now?
We were actually looking for you, too.
Excellent. Then please allow me to explain your job responsibilities in detail. First, please take these two things. The first item is a custom camera from the Academia. Please use it to record the competition as it unfolds. The second is an event-specific locator that will flag all participants' locations. It will also sound when one of them completes an objective.
Wow! What a convenient little thing!
Aside from you two, there are two other commentators. However, they will remain by the commentators area and will not be following the contestants in real time.
Nilou et Alhaitham.
Speaking of which, you probably know them. Alhaitham and Nilou. Well, don't let me keep you, unless you have any questions for me. Why do you ask? Really? I didn't see any such person. Could I ask when you saw him? Strange. I was on stage the entire time, and I did...
Paimon didn't see anyone?
Perhaps you're mistaken. However,
Hey, traveler.
Dia.
Paimon. Long
Candace.
time no see.
Dia! Candace! You two are here as well!
Ah, so they're two friends of yours. In that case, I'll take.
The academia sent us both invitations, so Dia suggested that we come together.
Ja.
The villagers were also encouraging me to travel outside the village.
We're here now, so no point dwelling on that. Even though this extravaganza isn't a holiday or anything, merchants from all over will set up shop. There'll be tons of stuff to eat. I'm already set on helping you buy 2 new outfits. I mean, who wears the same thing at work and home anyway?
I'm looking forward to it. Just being...
So, traveler, Paimon, you two want to come with?
We'd love to, but we've...
Aw, that's a shame. Let's hang out together when you're free then.
Sure!
In that case, Candace and I'll head out first. Good clothing and fabrics are very much in demand. If you snooze, you lose. Oh, right. We should also get some accessories.
No need to rush. I think we'll have a better time if we take things slow. See you two later.
Paimon didn't think that Candace and Dia...
Ce serait bien que Candace elle ait... Ça c'est récompense Twitch, je viens de la voir. Candace elle a une histoire parce qu'on l'a assez peu vu, entendu.
I will now announce the rules for the first round of the competition. Please listen. During the opening ceremony, Academia staff released several cages of butterflies, and many of them are now fluttering within Sumer. Amongst these butterflies, 3 of them will be special swift flies. They have a different appearance and also fly a little faster. Your objective this round is to find a swift fly and bring it to me. 3 points, that is all for the first round. Should you require clarification on anything, please ask any of the other.
Alhaitham's all business all the time, huh? That said, how did he get picked?
Finding 3 specific butterflies in a place as large as
If these swift flies behave anything like...
I'm off. It will take some time to search every corner.
Huh? You're going just like that?
A champion walks the road to victory.
My dear Kasharawar Jr., I have...
Cooperation.
Looks like everyone's got their own plans. We're supposed to go on stage next, right? Huh? Wait a minute. Look, he seems to be observing the other contestants. We were right not to let our guard down.
Do you remember those things we made previously?
Huh?
It's time for them to shine.
It looks like Faruzan and Kaveh have some secret...
Oh, hello there. Madame Faruzan and I are discussing how...
Shh! Hush now! The walls have ears around here. Come now, let's go! Before the...
All right, there's no time to lose. We're off to make our preparation.
There's no time to lose. Okay.
This is basically what I'll need. Do you think you'll have any difficulties?
I have most of the reagents with me, and I can buy the rest. Kale, you're here too!
Collei.
Thignari, you haven't asked...
My hypothesis is that the swift fly's morphological variations won't significantly affect their fundamental nature. Of course, I could be wrong. Every mutation opens the door to new details will have to wait until after the post-experimental analysis. For now, Kale and I are going to buy some reagents for our...
Okay, see... Hey, Layla!
Yeah, I have no idea what I should do. What? I can't even figure out these basic questions.
Aren't people who research the stars supposed to have some extraordinary abilities? Why not use astrology to solve it?
Oh, you're the contestant.
Is it that you can't use astrology during the day? Guess that skill's less useful than I thought.
No, it's not like that. If it's daytime, all I need is an astrolabe.
So, why don't you do that?
Mona Magistus, the astrologist, said that those who constantly use astrology to obtain things that shouldn't be theirs will eventually lose the blessing from the stars. It's just something I read in an academic publication.
You're overthinking it. Power is just a tool. It just seems to me that you don't have the resolve to win this.
Hey! Seriously?
Did I say something wrong just now? Thank you so much. I've made up my mind not to be honest, I've always been pretty good at observation.
Lord Cyno seems to have found a swiftfly. Come on, let's go check it out.
Really? Where?
The butterfly flew up high, and he's chasing it now.
Oh, no time to lose.
As expected of Cyno. I'll head into the city shortly to...
Alright, in that case, let's go see Cyno.
Il y a les mêmes émoticônes que dans le l'ADI. Ouais, faut que je grimpe là-dessus, je sais pas comment faire. C'est pas la maison d'Alhaitham, ça?
We found you, Cyno! Oh, wait, is that a swiftfly?
Stay put. Don't move.
He caught it! Huh? Cyno...
This isn't what I'm looking for.
Finally, I made it. I heard that you caught a swiftfly. Hold on. Isn't this the mechanical bait that I released earlier? Why would you catch that instead of a swiftfly?
Wait a minute. If we consider this from a different angle, isn't it a good thing that the bait you made was convincing enough to fool even Cyno?
That's right. During a previous interior design project, I felt that the artificial flowers on a wall were a little bland. In order to make them both small and nimble, I consulted with Madame Faruzan. Not long ago, the two of us took...
Why would you do that?
Need you even ask? Young people these days really do need to get out more. Have you never played that game where you place strips of paper on a bamboo pole and wave it across a field of...
No, I have... Wait. So you're trying to...
That's right. The butterflies within the city will mistake our mechanical bait for one of their own and follow them around. As long as we keep releasing and retrieving our bait, we can
Guess that's one?
Do not underestimate the wisdom of your elders. I had already thought of this method the moment the round's rules were announced. Of course, we also owe much to this fine junior of mine here for making such lifelike butterflies. It seems...
Well, I just stuck to what I do best.
No need to be so polite. Once we capture all these butterflies, we shall split... look! One of them is returning now. Huh? Wait a moment. Are my eyes deceiving me? Why don't I...
That's because there are none.
Looks like the match continues. I'll be
Come, let's search in the direction the bait returned from.
We'll go have a look.
Ok, j'imagine que c'est beaucoup de dialogue comme ça. D'accord. Maybe. Ah, il y a Layla pas loin. Ah, Thignari.
Faruzan,
So it was the
Thignari!
Fascinating, isn't it? The butterflies have all congregated here due to a special... I infused it with 3 different types of honey, and the butterflies, following the...
Butterflies must have really sharp noses then. Wait, do they even have noses?
They do not, in fact, and their vision isn't stellar either. However, they can use their antennae to distinguish between scents, and their olfactory senses are generally quite advanced, allowing them
Oh, so that's how it is. I had a pet butterfly once.
That's normal. Raising butterflies isn't difficult, but there are many appropriate temperature, sufficient air, and a spacious environment are examples of such considerations. You must also ensure that the food you've chosen, most importantly, you must curb your curiosity and avoid disturbing them while they rest. Otherwise, they may become stressed.
Sorry. I liked to poke at its wings at the time.
Humans tend to rear many creatures due to their aesthetic value, but not all are suited to such a process. Caring for living beings is hard work. Impulse alone is insufficient.
You sure do know a lot.
I have a question too. I bought a scarab not long ago and it hasn't seemed very active. Can you help me figure out—
I'd like to keep a duskbird as a pet. What are some key points I should consider?
Is it possible to keep a rishbal?
All right, it seems like you all have a but I am in the middle of the Interdarshan Championship at the moment. Let me propose an alternative. Next month, there will be a biology lecture. If you're interested, you can attend that lecture, and if you should have any questions, just prepare them ahead of time. I'll answer.
All right, I'll be there.
Of course, please try to ask more rational questions. For example, whether you can raise a Rishpalin tiger as a pet.
Looks like Thignari's science lecture will draw quite a crowd.
Oh. Was I listening? Seems Kale's master does live up to his title as a teacher.
Madam Faruzan, I've had a look around. Nearly all the butterflies in this area have been— However, we can cast our bait further away to avoid this area.
All right, then let's get moving.
Seems like the competition's really heating up.
Ok. À qui dois-je parler? Layla. Ah, je peux mettre un petit point. Parfait. Mais si je fais V, ça me marque ça. Du coup, je sais pas si elle est en haut ou en bas. Il y a un étage au-dessus, il y a un étage au-dessus. D'abord aller en haut. Parce que c'est plus simple de descendre que de monter. Bon, visiblement, elle est pas là. Je pensais être là. Il y a quand rien au-dessus? Non, il y a rien au-dessus. Elle est là.
I've been searching for quite a while now, but I haven't. Instead, I ended up catching a few mechanical devices that looked very similar to butterflies.
Looks like Faruzan and Kaveh's.
I'll keep up the search. That said, I've noticed that probably because the other contestants are coming.
What's this?
Oh, what a coincidence. I guess I just— please wait.
It's so fast. Paimon thought Alhaitham said they were only a little faster.
No.
Come on, traveler. Let's go too.
Oui, bon là.
The locator's going off. Looks like someone's already cut themselves a swiftfly.
Why isn't it working? I don't get it.
The locator's
Le stream bug de fou.
So, someone else finished too? That would mean that the one Layla's chasing is the last swiftfly.
Dommage.
Oh, it just occurred to me that we should also get you a makeup box.
No, it's fine. I don't think I'll end up using it.
Maybe you won't, but it doesn't hurt to have one, right? Come on, just trust me on this. Huh? Who are you, and what do you want?
Please, don't move.
Don't move? Who sent you?
Dear.
Don't worry, I can handle this. Now,
I believe she's looking.
A butterfly. Was it on my head?
Oh, you're...
It's been a while, Layla.
Ils se connaissent.
A friend of yours? Oh, so she must be the one.
Huh? You two? Oh yeah, it has been some time. The first time I ever woke up after sleepwalking, I somehow found myself in our village.
That's right. She didn't look well, so I gave her something to eat. She said a lot of complicated things about astrology, the night sky. Right. Do you still want this butterfly? It's of little use to me, but if you don't want it, I can release it.
Just let her have it. It's no big deal.
The swiftfly was flying so fast, but you were able to catch it.
Oh, it didn't seem that quick, really. I was actually worried that I would injure it.
Anyway, sorry about the butterfly thing. With the way you suddenly came running over like that, on second thought, I guess I've never seen an assassin that looks tired with dark bags around their eyes. Oh, you must be taking part.
I'll do what I can.
We'll be on our way then. See you later.
Alrighty, let's bring the swiftfly.
Ok, faut que je retourne sur les lieux du tournoi. En passant par où? J'ai pas de petit pointillé.
Take it easy.
On va couper.
It seems we have a third contestant who has returned with us. With that, the first round has come to an end. I anticipate.
Your closing statement sounded so... How do I...
Well, you could certainly stand to try being more decisive, Nilou. It would help you
Hang on a second. Who were the first two contestants with...
Thignari was first, and as for the second, it's being discussed right now.
Hey, Alhaitham, I think I've come up with a good idea. Second place gets 2 points, right? Can't Madame Faruzan...
Quite the imagination you have there. I've read the championship handbook from cover to cover, and
Then we can just add a rule.
Do you really think I'd do that?
Oh, come on, you're not going to stand in the way of my victory, are you?
Well, you're free to send the organizing committee an application outlining your naive...
3 working days?
Unfortunately for you.
Paimon gets it now. Kaveh and Faruzan found the second swiftfly together.
Oh well, the rules are the rules. Since you call me madam and politely ask for my help, I shall give you... So I'll put the points under Kaveh's name then?
No. If I take these points, won't that only detract from your contributions, Madame Faruzan? You might be alright with that, but I cannot do it.
I don't have any problem with it. There are 2 more rounds after all. Losing one isn't a major setback. But if you insist, I have another method. We can draw lots to see who will receive the points.
Lots.
What? Is there...
No.
Alright. I'll get the paper needed for the...
Oh.
I'm sorry, but it appears...
No, you do deserve it. I'm just lamenting my bad luck.
Indeed. It's rare to see anyone with such terrible luck be so...
And what would you know about that? I just...
we can save bickering for later. Record the points under Faruzan, and that'll finally bring the first round to a close. The second round will be held in the desert. We'll be moving our commentator stand. Let's meet up in Aru village once everything is ready. Till then, you have some free time. I'm off the clock at this point.
Wait, Alhaitham!
Don't be upset, Kaveh. Sighing can carry away...
Oh, so that's how it works. In that case, I'll take in some deep breath. It's really no big deal. I'll win the next round, you'll see.
Looks like you've managed to pick yourself back up, young man. Good.
I'm no stranger to the desert either. I'll be...
Mais Layla, t'as pas donné son papier encore?
So the current standings are Thignari in first place. Guess we should also take a nice break.
Why, you two look a little lost.
Mark
If you're
Yana.
not sure where to start enjoying the academy...
Your boss? Who's that? Do we know them?
Well, only the most famous merchant in all of Sumeru, Lord Sangamo Bay.
Oh, you mean...
Precisely. Our boss sent me to inform you two that she'll be waiting for you at Sumeru.
On va voir Dori. Très bien. Qu'est-ce qu'elle fait quoi? Quand en train de faire de la contrebande? Javad. Je crois que j'avais un truc avec lui, non? Alors, qu'est-ce qu'elle fait?
Oh, well, if it isn't the traveler in pine.
Hey, Dori! Are you here to attend the academia?
Of course! People are practically flocking to Sumeru City. You couldn't ask for a better opportunity to do business. This is one of the entrances into the city, and it's very close to the Wisdom Gala booths. There'll be an endless stream of customers. I can already hear the Mora going clink, clink, clink as they fill my coin pouch. Well, is there anything you'd like to purchase? We've got everything you need and deals that can't be beat.
Well, do you have anything to eat?
Oh, wait, we're celebrating the extravaganza and you're only thinking of eating... I mean, of course, we've got lots of things to eat. That said, I recommend that you also consider some of the great bargains we have going on. The Wisdom Gala is about to begin, and once it starts, each of the Darshans will prepare a small challenge for everyone. And just between us, I have some super booster supplements for sale. Eat just one to boost both your strength and dexterity for a short time, allowing you to overcome any challenge.
No thanks, we'll pass. These little challenges are gonna be... Anyway, Paimon just wants something to eat, please.
All right. Mora is Mora, after all. Oh,
well...
Let me see.
This is a huge job, isn't it?
If this works out, we'll be set.
Here you go. 2 servings of touching. See? I told you there's nothing Lord Sangamo Bay can't procure.
Yay! Huh? What are you looking at, Traveler? Oh? Who? Someone we know?
Was it someone suspicious?
Huh? What's happening, Dori?
I don't know who you saw just now, but I do have some hard-to-come-by information about the extravaganza, if you wanna...
Ok. Elle est venue. Très bien. Qu'est-ce que... Ok, donc ça c'est pour tous des petits défis pour avoir des primos sûrement. Et ça c'est la quête. On va continuer la quête. Ah, c'est une quête secondaire. Ça c'est la vraie quête. Ah, j'ai fini une partie du coup. D'accord. Et là, engouement du gala. Et voilà, il y a Faruzan à débloquer. Et plein de primos. 5, 10, 15, 20. 25, 250. Ok. Voilà, je vais faire ça moi. Je crois que je dois attendre 6 heures. Hop, 10 heures pile. Oui. Ah oui, je débloqué la bannière d'Inazuma avec les quêtes de réputation là. Ici, j'ai pas mal de quêtes aussi au village que je devrais faire. Je devrais les faire hors stream. Ils sont, à mon avis, c'est pas des quêtes hyper intéressantes. Ça permettrait juste de débloquer de la réputation, je pense. J'en ai aussi un endroit que j'ai mis un marqueur. C'est dans une crevasse au milieu du désert. C'est là, le camp des Tanites. C'est pas le camp de Babel là? Je sais plus. Et puis Alhaitham et le Nilou.
Is it me, or are the bags under your eyes even darker than during the last round? Are you alright?
Thanks for the concern, Kaveh. I just... Even though I try to fall asleep, I can't get the championship out of my head. And before
I know the feeling. That happens to me too when I'm agonizing over my blueprints.
Do you have any tips for dealing with that?
To be honest with you, no. You could say there are many things that don't have a quick fix and can only be endured. I suppose you can think of it as something akin to an illness. Sometimes there's no effect. I don't know what's stressing you out, but I can feel all the anxiety and pressure coming from you. The next round's about to start, so chin up and do your best.
Oh, okay.
Looks like everyone's here. I will now explain the second round to you all. There are 3 ley line disruptors buried in the area around Aru village. These devices can imitate the effects of ley line disruption and will constantly interfere with the environment. Your goal is to the first 3 who manage to finish this task will be awarded 4, 3, and 2 points accordingly. Note that each person may only bring a set amount of food and water with them, and that leaving the designated competition zone will result in disqualification.
Well, what do you think? Want to team up again? I shall consider letting you have the points on account of what happened in the previous round.
That's all right. I've been here many times, and in any case, machines are one of my specialties. I doubt this will be particularly difficult.
It's good to see such confidence in a youngster like yourself. But aside from us, you should remember that there's a favorite for
A favorite to win?
Shh! Not so loud. He took first place in the previous round, and if he does so again this time, I heard that you solved the Vidya Forest's ley line effluence problem with him not long ago. Since this round involves resolving a machine
That's true.
He already has Kaveh, who is an excellent pupil. If he were to win this round as well, then as his senior, it's my solemn duty to prevent such an inequitable...
I'll get going as well.
How are you feeling?
I think I'm okay, but I'll take things slowly for now.
Il manque Nomade, où est-ce qu'il est?
Is this all the water we're getting?
Sorry. That's what the... Well, this round seems to be about how quickly you can shut down the devices. It's also testing your ability to survive in tough conditions.
I knew it'd be harder than I had expected. So we'll either need to find the devices as quickly as possible, or...
You're welcome.
Well, there goes everybody. So, who should we visit? Oh, right!
Et où est-ce qu'il est l'autre? chercher Thignari, super. Heureusement qu'il y a les grosses têtes sur la carte parce que ce serait pas facile à trouver sinon. Je trouvais sinon. Petit coup d'éventail, hop. Et on glide à toute berserk. J'espère que je suis pas mort.
Hey, Thignari? Thignari? Huh? Weird. The locator says that Thignari. Can you hear us? You're right. Huh? Thignari, are you okay? Oh, so you passed out because of the heat.
That's right. I usually bring lots of water when I go to the desert, precisely to avoid. I went through all my water very quickly, and with the effects of the disturbed ley lines, my ancestors, the Voluka Shuna, were originally from the desert. But I guess this is what happens when a species migrates. They become intolerant.
This isn't the time for a history lesson.
Humans, such fragile beings. Your bodies can't even survive extreme changes in the environment. Here, take that.
Are you serious? This had better be just normal water. Paimon really doesn't.
I'm feeling a little better.
Oh, it wasn't just the two of us. Just now.
Found you at last.
Cyno, you're here too.
I was concerned, so I came back to check on you. Will you?
The fur on my tail is so dry, it's practically been singed right off. It appears I'm not suited to this particular round. I should probably just return to Aru village and rest.
Really? So you're backing out?
Yes. I do have my results in the first round to serve as a buffer, so even if I forfeit this round, withdrawing now will allow me to conserve my energy. Continuing to push onward would be counterproductive.
A wise decision.
Oh, stop trying to be so polite. Come on.
Ah, c'est en dessous. What? Oh, je voulais prendre le pas dans la main.
How are you feeling now, Thignari? Do you want to rest some more?
There's some shade here, so we can stop for a while.
All right.
Layla, elle est pas là?
Oh, Cyno and Thignari. And you've got...
Oh, hey!
Yeah, the sun was too... What about you? Are you all done already?
Unfortunately not. I'm not quite as capable as I thought.
Withdraw?
I believe the rules do provide for such a situation. Alhaitham did say that the act of leaving the...
Didn't I ask you if you were all right before this? If you had just decided to withdraw...
Well, I had to try, didn't I? So I tried, and it didn't work out. And when I get back, I'm definitely going to make a batch of sun-resistant oil. Next time I venture... By the way, you're Layla, aren't you? You don't look very well yourself.
I did feel a little faint when I first entered the desert, but I feel a lot better after.
Be careful not to push...
Don't worry.
Feeling the pressure?
Uh-huh.
Your expression is similar to the ones I see on criminals' faces.
To tell you the truth, I'm still not sure whether I have what it takes to represent the Ratawa history. Most people voted for me because of all the rumors surrounding me, and to be honest, even the people who usually criticize me voted for me this time.
So their expectations are putting pressure.
Yes. Actually, I heard that you were voted in.
To be completely honest, I don't. Firstly, those who expect things from you do not necessarily do so for benign reasons. On the other hand, those who do consider your feelings certainly. Next, we are researchers. Our primary duty is to interact with knowledge. As for me, I took part in this competition to advertise for an academic lecture at Gandharvaville next month. I think you can also try to find a clearly defined goal.
I understand.
I'm absolutely parched after talking so much.
I've still got some water.
No, I'll be all right. We aren't far from Aru village, so I can go the rest of the way myself. You should get back to the...
Yes.
Hey, don't talk like that. I'm not dead, Everyone, I'll be heading...
I'll continue searching for the ley line disruptor.
Are you feeling better? Yeah, I feel like some of the weight. It's been a long time since I first left my hometown to come to all sorts of complex astrological models, countless quizzes, and when I was chosen as my Darshan's representative, it felt like another boulder was. Yeah, I think that's what Thignari was trying. You're our good friends, which is why you didn't stop him from dropping out of this round, and why you don't feel disappointed in me.
That's right! No need to feel so...
That said, he did also say that he hopes I could have more concrete... Anyway, I won't take up any more of your time.
True. We should go look for the others.
You could go see how Madame Faruzan's doing. I've heard...
Okay, let's go look for...
Où elle est? Là-bas. Bon, j'ai peut-être pas besoin de la marquer vu qu'elle est à côté du point de TP.
Hey there, Faruzan. Have you made any progress?
You're just in time. I'm about to start
Oh, you found the ley line disruptor?
Such a simple problem could never come. Not long after entering the desert, I discovered a primal construct that was acting abnormal. Once I got near here, it suddenly disappeared. Something unusual.
You're a true expert, Madame Faruzan.
Well, I do happen to have more experience than most. But
nope, not yet.
Well then, I suppose I'll be the first. What about that boy Thignari? Oh?
He's not used to being out and about.
Huh. I didn't think he would have such a weakness. I suppose he... What about the others? Is that Ratawa his...
Thignari gave Layla some advice, and she seems to be doing a lot better now. Cyno just...
And what about Kaveh? Has he found a ley line disruptor?
Paimon doesn't think so, or...
Strange. What's he lollygagging for? With his... Well, I'm afraid the most thrilling
Hop. Allons voir ce qu'il fabrique.
My apologies.
Bon, ça marche pas, faut vraiment utiliser l'anémo. Qu'est-ce qu'il fait avec sa petite mallette?
Come on, stop following me! I already gave you all the food I had on me.
Il a donné sa nourriture aux bêtes.
You can cry all you want. I don't have any more food. All I have left is a half bottle. Without water, traveling in the desert will be incredibly difficult. Merak, can you help me out here? Keep them away.
Kaveh, there you are!
Faruzan told us to come see how you're doing. Let it...
Just thinking about it makes me upset. Not long after I entered the desert, I was accosted by these fellows. I don't know why, but they didn't leave the competition grounds. And now the ley line disruptions have left them confused and circling around the area. The moment they saw me, they wouldn't leave me alone. They even cheated me out of my limited food supply. Hey, didn't I ask you to keep them away?
Kaveh, is this flying metal thingy
That's right. This is my toolbox, Marak.
your toolbox? Huh. It seems pretty fancy.
Sometimes I need to carry things when I go out, so it's handy to have a portable toolbox.
Well, this definitely doesn't look like an ordinary toolbox.
It's a long story. When I was working in the desert, I ran into a merchant group who had a machine core they excavated from... It was clearly from King Deshret's civilization. His technology still isn't fully understood. Our current theories cannot explain such mysteries. Upon seeing such a rare, complete specimen before me, I forked over... Some time back, I wanted to make an automated case that could store my offloaded items. With that core, I created Marak. It can't understand commands that are too complex, but it can serve as my assistant and help me with things like mapping and surveying. Most importantly, it can't talk. Oh, yes. Thanks for helping hide the fact that I live at Alhaitham's place earlier.
Sorry.
I hope this season of my life, things just started going downhill at some point. Maybe it all started when my mom remarried and left for Fontaine. Or maybe it all started when I spoke to... Or maybe it's because constructing the Palace of Alcazar's burned through my funds. I'm still paying off the debt from that one. Oh, when's this going to end? Now that I think about it, I guess it's not like any of you asked to be trapped in the ley line disruption.
Kaveh, aren't you going to look for the ley line disruptor?
Yes, but I can't just leave them here, can I? Oh, forget it. The more I think about this, the more I feel a headache coming on. I'll get back. Time's a-wasting. I'm off.
Kaveh looks like he's conflicted. He really wants to win, but he can't ignore those. Paimon's always felt like he's the type who easily... Paimon doesn't mean this in an insulting way, but he seems like the kind of guy who'd be really easy to take advantage of. Whoa! Someone's done already! Paimon also wants to know.
Quelqu'un a gagné. Cyno ou Nomade peut-être. Ça ira plus vite si je me tapais long. Tiens, Nomade est là. Qu'est-ce qu'il fait là? Il n'apparaît même pas sur la carte. J'ai l'impression qu'il a rien à faire là.
Verification complete. Congratulations on...
Ooh, so Cyno is the quickest.
I am from Spontamon, after all. We know a lot about ley lines, so finding a disruptor was never going...
Since the Traveler and Paimon also happen to be here, do you have anything you want to say?
Anything I want to say? My friend couldn't continue on. The bonds of yesterday will forge the road to tomorrow. That's a line from King of Invocations, one of my favorite works.
It might be a good thing that Thignari isn't here, or else he'd give Cyno a good...
Oh wow, it's already so late. Everyone's probably running low on food and water.
Something similar happened in King of Invocations.
Any thoughts on that, Alhaitham?
I have no thoughts regarding King.
Nilou obviously wasn't asking about that.
Deserts are much more dangerous at night, so this competition should be nearing its end. At the moment, only Faruzan...
I wonder who the next person to find a disruptor will be.
Wait, only 3 people are left? Thignari for...
He also forfeited not long ago.
Ugh, Paimon can't, but like Alhaitham said, this round's almost over.
Il a abandonné. C'est pour ça qu'il est au village. Allons voir Layla. Ma petite Layla. Elle est encore en dessous. Mais non. Bon, je peux faire du PV. Magnifique. What?
Whirling snow.
Quietly now. Here comes the catch.
My apologies. Embrace the ice.
Hop. On va ramasser le coffre, hein.
Collecting rare and exquisite treasures. Yes, this seems suitably sophisticated.
Les spores de fungus, je crois qu'il en faut pour 4 des prochains personnages, je crois. Elle doit être là-haut. Ah, la nuit va arriver. Je suppose, je suppute qu'elle va utiliser l'astromancie. Télé des étoiles. Elle est juste là. Putain, elle est à côté du point de TP, je l'ai pas vu.
Hello again. You know, it suddenly occurred to me that you guys have had to do a lot of running around this time. Don't you find it tiring? Really? Well, the desert's getting colder now that night's falling, and the wind can really sting your face because of all the sand in it. Has anyone finished?
Cyno's already shut one down. Have you?
I circled the whole area, but I didn't find anything. But I did have the chance. Well, my fellow Retawahist members must have all put my name forward for different reasons. But be that as it may, I believe and I want to live up to their expectations. Huh?
But doesn't thinking like...
Of course, that comes with some amount of pressure for sure. That may not sound like a huge difference to you, but it's helped me relax.
Well, that's great!
Also, now that I've relaxed, I'm suddenly really sleepy. I think I'll... But the competition isn't over yet.
Wait, you're...
Good to see you too. Ooh, it's nice. Well, since I'm here, I guess I should help her finish this. Let me see. Come with me, you two.
Do you ever get the feeling that the ley lines have a regular flow? Similar to the
Mon
way
Dieu, mais
that
elle
celestial bodies follow
marche
the
sur rien.
orbits? If we were looking down from on high, I wonder whether we'd find that the ley lines are just the reflections of the stars upon the Earth. Not all astrological phenomena can be directly observed. Some are deductions based on other details that we know. It's the same situation with the ley lines. The parts of them
Oh mon
that are
Dieu,
hidden
il y a deux Layla.
underground can be identified via elemental energy, sound, and other phenomena. Plus,
Now that someone has shut one of the disruptors down, the contrast between before and after can provide me with further information still. Let me see.
Ah, c'est là où j'ai pété les fungus.
Should be here, I think. This should be it, right? I'll turn it off. That should restore.
Nice work!
Again, I didn't do any of the real work. I'm just wrapping up. She'll probably wake up soon. No doubt she'll be a little disoriented at first, but once she's got her bearings, she'll go and report. Will you be staying?
Oh, time to check our locator. Whoa, it looks like Kaveh and Faruzan are headed.
Perhaps they're about to find the last disruptor. Also, before the second round, he had a chat with the other me. He said that worries can be like illnesses. They don't always have a magic cure. Sometimes you just have to, but the way I see it, his situation is much worse than my other selves. Kaveh, meanwhile, knows what he wants to do. He's convinced that he has to win, and yet he still seems conflicted. He doesn't have a second personality, but somehow he still seems... I don't know exactly how to describe it. It's like he's smiling on the outside, but still, who knows? He must be more experienced than me. Maybe. Oh, but back to the topic of wrapping up. Shouldn't you be getting back to the action?
Oh, true. Kaveh and Faruzan were super confident at the start, but it turns out they're... But between the two of them, who's going to get there first? Let's head over quick.
C'est bon.
It should be...
Finally found it.
Kaveh?
Oh, Madame Faruzan. And here I thought...
Faruzan! Kaveh! Oh, looks like Layla's already...
I didn't expect that you and I would find a disruptor at the same time. How are the other...
Thignari and Hakai forfeited, while Cyno and Layla... Huh? That's...
Yes, I kept digging, but instead of finding a disruptor, I found a ruin. I fell down pretty deep, and it was completely dark in there. It took me quite some time to unlock the various mechanisms and return to the surface.
Finishing a week's worth of trials in such a short time. Huh. That's...
What about you? Why are you so late?
I encountered a lot of lost desert foxes along the way, and I brought them to the outskirts of the competition zone. When I came back, I was absolutely parched. When I woke up, it was already night. I used the last of my strength to come here.
A most curious reason indeed. But are you sure you're all right? You said you were familiar with the desert. But the way you handled problems...
It was problematic, but that had nothing to do with me being a genius. It was my decision. The way I did things wasn't optimal, but I wouldn't have been comfortable not doing it either.
Youths these days. But back to the main issue at hand. Since we are both very certain that this is where the final leyline disruptor is, let's... Well, this is indeed it. Of that there is no doubt. But how shall we count the score this time? What is it, youngster? You seem...
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking that there shouldn't be any more innocent creatures getting wrapped up in danger. As for the points, I guess we can draw lots again later.
All right. In that case, let's all...
Et il va encore perdre. Il est vraiment trop con. Allez, le premier, il prend celui-là, c'est tout. Nilou et Alhaitham. Allons les voir.
Looks like the second round is over. I wonder who is faster, Kaveh or Madame Faruzan? Huh? Where's Madame Faruzan?
She went to get water. She'll be back shortly. We basically arrived at the same time, so...
You get caught up in some things so easily. like drawing lots.
I'm not caught up in anything. Don't make it sound like I take pleasure in having...
Really? Then should I say that you have a curious affinity for drawing lots?
I'll go get the box and slips of paper for the lots. Please wait a moment.
Oh, here we go again. Let's see.
I got it! Did you see that?
Congratulations!
Looks like Kaveh's luck's taking a turn.
Finally! After...
It looks like you've been rewarded for your tribulations in the desert. This round's point...
And with that, our second round is done. As for the current standings, let me see. Cyno and Layla both have 4 points, putting them both in first place. The rest in descending order are Thignari, Faruzan, Kaveh, and Hakai. The next round will be the final one. Please, I heard that some stalls at the Wisdom Gala are debuting new games.
Faut que j'aille jouer, j'ai pas le choix. J'ai combien de primo? Il m'en faut combien? 800. Ok. Mais que se passe-t-il?
Feels like something's been on your mind this entire time.
Traveler, Paimon. I finally found you.
Finally?
Don't you feel like there's something off about this year's act? When Candace and I were at the cafe earlier, we might have caught sight of some mercs on business. Thing is, that no disguise can mask the stench of blood. Just from their suspicious looks, I bet they do dirty work like kidnap.
We eavesdropped on them for a while. Their target seems to be someone called
Sachin? Isn't that the person who Karina mentioned during the opening ceremony? He's apparently the sponsor behind the competition prizes, and...
Sounds like a rich person, all right. The Eremites have been struggling to make ends meet recently. So a lot of groups have been doing private. In their words, one gig sets you up for half a year. Just one job like this nets them enough mora to take it easy for a while.
The extravaganza has brought many tourists to Sumeru City all at once. So it's like Dia and I wanted to directly capture them, but they were on guard and made some excuse.
I would have tied him up if it wouldn't have caused a scene. Who's legally supposed to take care of this kind of thing? The Matra or the Core of 30?
If Cyno were here, he'd definitely get involved. Thanks a million, you two.
Not at all. It was coincidence on our part as well.
Yeah, don't sweat it. The Eremite, but this is Sumeru City. Candace and I don't have as much freedom to act here.
Should you require our aid, come find us at the cafe.
Paimon's noticed that something's bugging you. Is it the extravaganza? 'Cause Paimon's starting to think that there's more... Wait...
Bizarre l'ambiance, bizarre.
Take it easy.
Hey! Isn't that the mantra we invest...
Hello, both. It's been a while.
No.
Someone's planning to kidnap Sachin. Goodness. Though I suppose it's not all that surprising. The growing popularity of the extravaganza has given him quite the reputation.
Well, since he's got a target on his back now, shouldn't you send some people to protect him?
To tell you the truth, we've thought about doing just that. However, Sachin apparently prefers to spend most of his time out doing field work, and our only lead is something he once said. Each time the Inter-Darshan Championship is held, I will be watching, assuming he remains committed to that promise, then he must be right here in the city somewhere.
So, they shouldn't know where Sachin is...
I would assume not. Anyway, Mahamatra Cyno is still on vacation, so I'll handle this. Don't you worry. A couple of kidnappers aren't gonna get very far in Sumeru City. All of that said, if you're interested, the sooner we ascertain his whereabouts, the quicker we can act to ensure his safety. I mean, you could task all the Matra and the whole Corps of 30 with someone's protection.
Fair point. Guess we should start searching for him too.
None, I'm afraid. He's never committed any crimes or broken academic protocol, so we don't have a very... I've heard that Alhaitham has now stepped down from his post as acting Grand Sage and is back to being the scribe again. Maybe it's worth...
Good idea! Okay, we'll head back to the extravagant...
On va à Alhaitham.
Hey, Nilou?
Alhaitham? Why?
We're trying to track down someone and we need him to pull up...
Oh, I see. Sorry, he's always the first to leave after the competition ends, and he never tells us.
Huh. Yeah, actually...
Let me think. To him, being a commentator is just extra work he was roped into. Do you guys know of any places he'd go?
Ooh, Paimon remembers that his house isn't that far...
Oh.
Take it easy.
Toc toc.
Let's try knocking. No answer? Maybe no one's home. Hello?
Oh, it's you two?
Oh, Kaveh!
Come on in, I'll get...
We didn't
Hello?
hear a peep when we first knocked. We thought no one was home.
Well, I can't be too careful. If someone from the academia came here looking for Alhaitham, and I opened the door for the...
You're pretty conscientious about this. So, what happens if someone comes inside looking for him while you're at home?
It's fine, as long as I stay in my own room. Anyway, why would someone just barge in here looking for him?
Fair enough. So do you know...
What do you think? Who knows what he does in his free time? All that matters to me is that he's out of the house. I wouldn't call it that. He's just incapable of saying anything pleasant at all. I told him how the second round went. I won the lot draw, remember? Because of good karma, but him, being him. Oh, you wouldn't believe... You're always quick to remind me that you're my upperclassman, and yet you do not problem solve in the manner becoming of an upperclassman. This begs the question of why we attach prestige to seniority at all. And he didn't stop there. I'd encourage you to reflect on why you've ended up having to rely on luck every round.
Yeah, that does sound like something Alhaitham would say.
I've had it with him. Every time I talk to him, it's the same way. He finds a way... Anyway, the disdain is very much mutual between us, so I'll be moving out as soon as possible. I'm actually packing my things right now. He'll have to get used to doing his own cleaning and tidy. See those perfectly hung paintings on the walls? They're coming with me too. If his life wasn't utterly devoid...
Wait, you're moving out already? But the competition...
Well, obviously I can't just yet. I'm just packing early to get ahead of the game. I've got my new place picked out already. The moment I have my hands on the prize money, I'm going to buy... I now know what I have to do to achieve this goal.
Well, we'll be rooting for you.
In what way?
Layla said that she thinks you'll get caught up in internal conflict.
Meaning what exactly? Oh, don't tell me you think I...
Oh, we didn't say that. But think about it. You say you want to win, but you also turned Faruzan down when she offered to give you her points. Plus, you took it upon yourself to help those desert...
Wait, what's so unusual about all that? I gave you my reasons. I would have felt guilty otherwise. Where's the conflict in that? Well, when you put it like that, yes, why indeed? It's a good question. I guess it's just in...
But thinking like that all the time must make your life so exhausting. Not to mention that by helping...
It's complicated. Look, let's maybe leave this conversation for another time. What was it you needed Alhaitham's help with? And Sachin? Huh. I remember he brought a few documents home that day. He was thinking out loud as he looked through them. Ah, this is the one.
You sure he'd be okay with this?
With taking liberties? He's certainly okay with helping himself to... And anyway, he did ask me if I wanted to read his notes. I didn't see the point at the time, so he just left them on the side. He doesn't leave documents lying around unless he's okay.
Cool, if you say so.
Examinons. Voit humana. C'est ce que... Le type au chapeau, c'est ainsi.
A lot of... So, to sum up, Sachin put the academia in charge of managing his estate. He even said that if he really liked one of the contestants, he wouldn't just give...
What? Are you serious? All of Sachin's wealth, that's... more than I could spend in a lifetime, surely. Heck, if I got chosen, I'd be able to pay off all my debts, then buy a new place, and still have cash to burn. I could build another Palace of Alcazar's Array. Except this time, I'd make it... Oh, then there's that new project in Port Ormos, of course. The bridge renovation.
Hey, snap out of it!
You're right. First I need to...
Huh? Wait a moment. Did Alhaitham write this? It looks like he was jotting ideas. Sachin, dead or alive? Unknown. Some of this stuff is just plain incomprehensible.
Let me see. Huh. Lofty ideals may provide no defense at all against nihilism, but perhaps little decisions can. That's a rough translation anyway. I can't guarantee it's 100% accurate. There's another smaller line of text.
Wow! It's so cool that you can actually read this.
We worked together on a project once when we were students. The title was Decoding the Runes and Architectural Philosophy of the Ruins of King Deshret's Civilization. I had to familiarize myself.
Oh, interesting. So, any
Who knows? The way his mind works is one of the great...
Fair enough. Well, guess we've learned all we can. Yeah, he better catch...
Attendez, le lendemain, 7h. Là, si je mets 7h, c'est pas le lendemain, c'est aujourd'hui. Là, c'est le lendemain. Pip, poup, pip, poup.
Paimon just heard that the Matra have arrested...
Je ferme mon volet. De toute façon, il fait noir.
Let's go to the academia and check with Arav.
A blade and...
Ah, you're here. Sorry, I was just about to send someone to inform you.
What did you find out?
Well, lots of unexpected detail. The mercs themselves were surprisingly easy to catch. We just had someone dress up as Sachin and they took the bait. But then it starts to get messy. During the interrogation, we learned that they were hired by Sachin.
What? Why would someone...
It's anybody's guess at this point. In any event, apparently the guys we caught are just the tip of the iceberg. Most of them are still snooping around. We're diverting manpower as we speak to try and round them all up. Would you like to come along?
Sure, let's go get...
Rassemblement et séparation. Eh ben, apparemment, ils ont déjà été maîtrisés.
Are you sure this is the right place? Something feels...
Boss, we got more company.
Look, we were just doing what we were paid to do. You're punishing the wrong people here. You want the real culprit? It's this guy. He hired us to...
What happened? Who beat you all up?
Wait, you mean you aren't with them?
With who?
First there was this flying brat. Didn't bother asking any questions, just started throwing punches. After that, some guy wearing green came along and interrogated us for a bit.
I've got the confirmation I needed. This is the one who masterminded this whole plot. Jawan, if you have any questions for him, now's your chance to ask them. When you're...
So why did you hire people to kidnap Sachin?
What do you think? 20 years ago, he upped and left to go and live a carefree life. As if that's not bad enough already, he went and put his entire fortune in the care of the academia, along with a contract saying that one day he'd pass it all. That's my inheritance. By rights. You expect me to sit back and watch it go to... Of course! Didn't he say he would be here somewhere, watching the championship from the shadows? So, I figured I'd get some people to nab him. Then I make him change the contract. And no, the old fart knows how to stay hidden. I already thought he'd gone mad 20 years ago. And who knows? Diadem of knowledge. You mean that thing he donated to the academia? Well, I can tell you that it's very expensive. He sold a... Weird things started happening after he brought it home. Also, before donating it to the academia, he once shut himself in that same store. Something was already seriously wrong with him by that point.
What do you mean, something...
I only have a vague memory of it, since I was very young at the time. But I have the impression that he went out into the when he finally did return, he was a changed person. He would mumble and comprehend. I asked if I could see what he'd written, but he chased me out of the room. Later, he went out somewhere and took his written essays with... Part of me wonders whether he'd already stopped being my father by that point. Perhaps the man we called Sachin.
Okay, you can stop now.
You can believe me or not. Doesn't matter to me. I told you all I know. Whatever it is that he's researching out there...
You finished? In that case, come with us. Well, we finally caught the guy behind all this. Do you still have any lingering concerns?
Yeah!
Scribe Alhaitham looked into this matter. Understood. Well, if you believe there to be an issue with the diet...
That makes sense. Okay then, let's get back...
Ce morveux qui s'est volé. Ne serait-ce pas Nomade? Et l'autre type habillé en vert. Le type habillé en vert. Je vois que Thignari.
You're finally back. Where have you been? I looked everywhere for you.
We were out capturing some bad guys, but that's not important right now.
The diadem? That seems unlike. The diadem of knowledge has been used in every extravaganza over the last 2 decades. Okay, here's the situation. The diadem is currently in Mount Ima Forest. We moved it there before in the third round. Contestants have to go into Mount Deem. Considering how close the scores are between our as such, I suspect I'll mark the diadem's location for you.
All right, let's go. That's weird. The locator stopped.
Y'a pas de point de TP ici? Bizarre. C'est là où je farmais mes champignons. Champignons sacramentaux pour Nomade. C'était tellement chiant.
Uh-oh. This place looks empty. Did someone already take it? Well...
Ça a déjà été pris.
Oh, looks like Layla has seized the diadem. But getting to the goal won't be easy.
That guy enters the fray. Faruzan's device has gone haywire.
The competition is heating up. Oh. And here's Kaveh bringing up the rear.
It's Kaveh's toolbox! Throwing the diadem to its owner!
Yes, that's right. Put the diadem in place, and you shall gain all you desire.
Who are you? I need you to get out of my head!
I am confident that you will not disappoint me.
What just happened to me?
Something's wrong.
At long last, someone to inherit my estate. Come, Kaveh. Come to me, my child.
How do you know my name?
I am Sachin. Well, to be precise, I am but a fragment of Sachin's mind. Fate is a curious thing. Seeing you reminds me of another I once met. But you are made of sterner stuff than he, more cognizant of the trials and tribulations of this world. We meet for the first time, children. But what I mean to say now is of utmost importance. So please, you have all performed outstandingly in this Interdarshan Championship. The Academia has many rare talents among, but if I were to choose a successor, I would choose you, Kaveh. Not only because you were victorious, but also due to our similarity.
Me?
Why, yes. Both of us have the misfortune to be idealists. And that is the source of it. 28 years ago, I came to the desert and lived there for 8 full years. What do you think I saw there? Alas, endless conflict over water sources, robbing of merchant caravans, exploitation of the people relentlessly, day after day. The things I witnessed there tormented me greatly. I wished desperately to find a way to save them.
So, did you find a way?
As a Vahumana scholar, I tried to use Vahumana knowledge to find the answer. I researched history and anthropology, performed countless experiments on human nature, and even sought out the scholars living deep in the desert. But in the end, I found that the answer I sought simply did not exist. It was not possible to simply assign blame for these transgressions to any one party, for the sins are carved into humanity's very nature. The aim of my research was to draw lessons from history. But what I discovered was that history offers no such. After this realization, I could no longer see the meaning in anything that I had ever learned. Consumed by an overwhelming sense of emptiness, I could no longer bear to face life. And so, but before I went through with it, a strange twist of fate led me to come into the possession of this diadem, which has the ability to preserve part of one's consciousness. Into it, I placed my experiences before requesting that the academia...
As I thought. The contract you signed with the academia was in essence your will. But if you'd given up hope on this world, why did you feel the need to do this?
I mentioned that I had performed a great many experiments concerning human nature. The academia has no shortage of genius talents, nurturing the brightest minds of every generation. And so, with a handsome reward to draw out the worthiest of individuals, my hope was that one day...
I see. So you desired a successor who was not only a genius, but who also understood the suffering of ordinary people. Such a person would have a clearer understanding of humanity, society, and the...
Huh?
But did you ever consider that wealth numbs the human heart to the pain in the world? Even an idealist may be incapable of following through on your wishes after inheriting your wealth.
You are highly intelligent, yet you are not the sort of person who would understand my line of thinking. To me, this is also part of the experiment. Whether my successor suffers as a consequence of my research, or succumbs, I grieve the fundamental sickness of the world. I regret the unbearable weight of its history, and this, Kaveh, my dear child, is why you will be of...
You're absolutely certain that you want to give me everything?
I have faith in what I see in you. Now wear the diadem, Kaveh, and complete the journey that I couldn't. Will the verdict I reached cause you suffering? Or will this newfound wealth numb your heart? I look forward to your answer. All of my research materials are being stored at our...
Huh?
I've heard enough! My life's enough of a mess already. The last thing I need is more suffering. Keep your Mora. I don't need it. Didn't you say that you saw a lot of people in pain? Well, if that's the case, then your wealth can go to them.
Il a explosé le diadème.
I guess.
Are you all right? Any physical...
I'm... fine. Thanks, Thignari.
Don't push yourself too hard.
Kaveh.
Kaveh may have broken the diadem, but he successfully completed the task. According to the rules, this makes him the victor of round 3. Points-wise, this, as the champion and Sachin's personally designated successor, Kaveh has obtained the rights. For the avoidance of doubt, can you confirm that it is your intention to donate all of Sachin's wealth?
Like I said, he thought that the world is a bad place. Well then, let's use what he left behind to change it for the better. Rejecting the world will achieve nothing. He and I, we're not the same.
All right. As the scribe, I will make a record of this incident on file. The sages will contact you in person for details on how exactly Sachin's estate is to be used.
That sounds fine. I don't know if his research findings were right, nor would I know how to. But what I do know is that by ending this here, no contestants will have to suffer. We won't be the last. There will be more championships to come, and countless future scholars will follow in our footsteps. Sachin's words can only cause pain, but not anymore. No one else. We're all scholars here. I know full well that shutting down his views like this is autocratic and arrogant. Fine by me. It's the least I can do. And, well...
Well said. What you've expressed is a sense of justice and idealism that many aspire to, but few dare follow through with. I say this despite the fact that, in my view, it's quite ridiculous. You have long been aware of what your flaws are, but your pride alone prevents you from it. Nevertheless, your perspective is well suited to appearing in a victory speech. Contestant Kaveh, on behalf of the
What? Please. I don't need your... Anyway, this isn't the time or place for debates. Keep your commentary focused on the competition,
Congratulations, Kaveh. Also, you'll need to prepare for the awards.
Looks like the ceremony
Elle
will be
était
held
trop
at the
stylée
main venue.
l'animation. En plus, je crois bien que c'est une des premières. Non, peut-être pas. Où on les voit utiliser leur spell. Là. C'est quand même un truc de fou. Non, c'est pas la première fois. Je suis de la merde. Mais là, d'avoir autant de personnages d'un coup qui utilisent tous leurs compétences, c'était stylé en vrai.
And that brings this year's Interdarshan Championship to a close.
Bravo, bravo.
Finally, it gives me great pleasure to invite our champion, Kaveh, to the stage to receive his award. Typically at this point, we would crown our champion with the diadem as well as presenting them with their award. However, we have just received word that Kaveh has inherited Sachin's estate and made the decision to donate it.
Sachin's estate?
So much more. And he...
Kaveh's generosity will give many struggling families the chance to change their lives. Of course, without the diadem and prize money to present, this makes the award ceremony a little more concise than expected. Would you like to say a few words, Kaveh? I'm sure many of our audience...
I'm not entirely sure what I should say under these circumstances. I'm glad to have won, even though I'd say luck played a big part. As for why I want to give the Mora away, I don't support Sachin's views, and I don't want to take his Mora. With a lot of things in life, people need to experience them for themselves. It shouldn't be... Anyway, this isn't really the time and place for such weighty and complicated topics. So, I guess that's all.
Oh, Kaveh, just one moment. While this is a short and sweet award ceremony, we do still have a prize to present you with. Please take this limited edition Genius Invocation. Additionally, your champion status will be logged in your record. This means that the sages will give priority consideration to any future project proposal.
All right, I'll take the card. But as for project...
In that case, I declare the award ceremony over. Let's give our champ...
I still don't really get it. The sum of Mora would have been enough.
That just means you're not strange enough to understand the way that geniuses think. Come on, we've still got the whole...
Cyno qui est juste avec de pas avoir eu la carte.
Glad that's over. I think I'm quite good at giving...
Do you mean that you're still exhausted from the competition? Honestly.
I suppose... Oh, wait. Cyno said he...
So you're gonna give it to him? But if it's a rare...
Why would I do that? It's of no use to me whatsoever. I may as well just give it to him. Could you
Whoa, whoa! This is a super big deal! You should...
Huh? But I was gonna rest for a while longer. Hey, stop pulling my...
What you looking at, Cyno?
I'm still thinking about the Sachin issue.
Well, they gave me this limited edition Genius Invocation.
But it's a limited edition. Are you sure you...
What else would I do with it? I have no use.
But it's limited edition. Kaveh, are you in trouble? You don't have to do all this. Just tell me...
That's not what I meant at all. Yes, I have all sorts of problems, but that has absolutely nothing to do with...
All right. In that case, but now that I realize that you have no concept of its value, I cannot simply take it from you. How about this? I shall buy it from you at a fair price.
Oh, come on. It's just one card. How much could it really be worth?
1 million more at the very least.
Huh? How much?
$1 million more?
If you feel that's too low.
1 million more for a card? But you already have a whole bunch of these, shiny ones, don't you? I saw your deck last time.
Not every card is this valuable, and some cards are exquisitely designed.
Huh. Well, I guess they must pay you plenty to be General Mahamatra if you're but really, it's fine. I'd feel bad taking Mora from a friend.
Don't feel bad. I save a lot. I can spare the Mora for this card.
You don't spend all your savings on your hobbies, do you? You should watch that, you know. You definitely don't want to end up borrowing money in a moment of impulsivity.
Sounds like you're speaking from personal experience.
I don't...
In that case, maybe you're the one who should be listening to your advice. In any case, I, Cyno, will take this precious card, and it shall join the deck of destiny. Kaveh, come with me in a few moments to collect the Mora. Thanks to you,
All right, if you insist. Far be it from me to refuse your courtesy any further. Well, at least I'll be able to keep on top of my bills this month. Maybe I'll even have some left over. In fact...
Well, this is what they call... Paimon wonders how the other contestants...
Mais du coup, Nomade. Je sais pas, il me perturbe un peu.
I'm telling you, you can't go wrong taking advice from me on what to wear. Back in the day, my fashion style was considered cutting edge by everyone in the academia.
Really? Well, then, sure, Madam Faruzan. Maybe you could pick out a few fashionable...
Faruzan! Nilou! Even Dia and Candace are here!
Candace and I bumped into these two while we were strolling through the streets. Madam Faruzan here is pretty friendly. When she heard that we were buying clothes, she decided to give...
I don't really see anything I'm familiar with. Never mind. Let's go with the plain fabric as our base. And...
Oh, wait a sec. You sure that's the latest style? That sounds a lot like what...
Don't worry. This style is a
no thanks.
Wait. Madame Faruzan's right. If you don't mind, how about I pick some clothes out for everyone? It's not often that we get...
Sure. I'm happy to leave it to you.
I'll come with you to have a look. One always has to keep...
Madame Faruzan? Come quick! She's over here!
Who are you?
We're new in the academia. We saw all the amazing things you did during...
Of course I do. And...
That's great! We can't wait!
I'm from Haravatat.
Huh? But you seem like an expert in machines. Wait, sorry. I remember now. You were representing... Oh, their classes are so boring, though. I'm sorry, ma'am. Let me know if you run any other...
I knew it. What about you? Aren't you going to leave with your friend?
I think you're amazing, Madame Faruzan. And I'd like to learn from you for a while. I can take the class you're teaching as an option, even though cross-darshan lessons might be a little tough to arrange. but I look forward to learning.
I see. You're a good egg, child. Don't worry. Study under me, and I promise you, you will get the...
Thank you so much, ma'am. Well, I won't disturb you any further.
I don't quite understand what happened there, but...
Traveler, Paimon, would you two like to...
Sorry, we can't. We've got a meal with Kaveh later, and we have to check in with all the other contestants. Oh, by the way, have any of you seen Hack?
I don't know where Hakai went. We just saw Layla not too long ago, though. But she was hanging out with some other Ratahoa students, so we didn't get a chance to speak with her.
Ratahoa students? They must be the ones... Oh, she didn't end up winning, so...
Ouah, attends. J'ai plus de musique.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Oh, stop it. If you're going to beat yourself up after doing as well as you did, how bad does that make us look, huh? Heck, it's not like any of us had the guts to enter the championship.
I didn't see the whole thing, but you were the only contestant who scored points in both the first 2 rounds, right? And I heard that you actually found the diadem first in round 3. You came so close to winning the
Aw, I just got lucky.
That can't be true. You had some really stiff competition out there. The renowned Thignari from Amorta, even Cyno the General Mahamatra was there. You're amazing. Getting points off them is a huge achievement. The way I see it, people aren't exaggerating one bit with the nicknames they give you. You are a
Aw, thanks a lot. But I really don't think I qualify as a genius. In the second round, for instance, I dozed off and somehow found myself beside...
Ah, come on. Don't be so hard on yourself. We've decided. Let's go. Cheer up, Layla.
Looks like things are going well for Layla. We haven't seen Hakai since the end of the competition.
Hop, entrer dans la taverne. En fait, ça va avec juste cette lumière là. Bon, ce qui est chiant, c'est qu'elle est très très jaune.
Are you sure you have enough to cover this?
Don't worry, I budgeted very carefully, and this is well within my means. Anyway, I've lost count of how many times you've treated me. It's high time I return the favor. Oh, Traveler, Paimon, over here!
Ooh, look at all this! Good food, here we come!
I heard that you went to see the other contestants. How's everyone doing?
Faruzan found herself a student, and Layla's classmates are bowled over by how well she did. We couldn't find...
Alhaitham's gone missing in action too. Huh. The one time I'm actually in a good enough mood to treat him to a nice meal, he did... That guy. Where the heck could he have gone? Well, whatever. He can do what he wants. Now...
You shocked me a little when you hurled the diadem to the ground. On further reflection, of course, it made sense, but at the time I was expecting at least some amount of deliberation.
Sachin's voice started talking to me inside my head from the moment I picked it up. I could feel his emotions, too. It was a mix of despair and horror swirling around inside my mind. He bombarded me with his ideas relentlessly, like he was trying to brainwash me. It gave me a splitting headache that only got worse as he went on. Like I was saying at the time, his views are not necessarily completely without value. But if all his research does is lead to misfortune, then we're probably
If his forbidden research were to spread in a harmful form and cause people to suffer, the Mantra would step in and ban it.
I think you did the right thing. I suppose another way to approach it would have been to claim that you agreed to inherit his research, but give up the research as soon as you've inherited the wealth. But that would... I won't comment on his theories or experiments, but I don't believe that he was careless in his choice of candidate.
Perhaps. I just think that if you accept someone else's things...
That's a good thing. It means that you have integrity.
Thank you, oh my god, thank you. See, you get me, Kaveh. It's a good thing Alhaitham isn't here right now. He'd be quick to explain why you're...
Seems like you always include him in the conversation, even when he isn't here.
Yep. No dinner with Kaveh is complete without a few words about Alhaitham.
I sense that Alhaitham has
He's here? Where? Why didn't you...
He lives rent-free in each of our...
That was horrifying.
Good thing you didn't say that before we started eating. That would have killed the mood in a heartbeat.
All right, enough about Alhaitham. Thignari, did you achieve what you wanted out of...
I did. In the first round, in fact. Word of mouth proved very effective. I spoke to a handful of people. Oh, are you free next month? You should come along. Maybe even...
About what? I don't know the first thing about anything Amorta related.
Just play to your strengths. For instance, you could talk about the distinguishing features of rainforest architecture, or ask everyone not to chop down too many trees the next time they're building a house.
Oh, well, that's no problem. Sure, I'll make... Has everyone had enough to eat? I can order more if anyone's...
I'm full. I'm super full, too. If only we could eat like...
Yeah, we should do this more often. Work will always be there, but seeing friends is important too.
Sounds good. We should pick a few other places as backup options, though.
There are other good places around here, too? Whoa, don't forget to invite us if you go...
Kaveh, do you have plans after this?
I was thinking of maybe going to the academia for some alone time. Nothing set in stone, though. Why do you ask?
Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story. Not yet.
C'est la taverne. « 14 images perdues, comment ça se fait? Je les ai perdues il y a pas longtemps. Il y a une quête, une cinématique, l'homme au chapeau. Nomade, je suis sûr. Ou Nahida?
Well, it looks like this Interdarshan Championship's a wrap. All that stuff with Sachin and the diadem got sorted too. Oh, right. Yeah, Sachin said that he placed his research materials at somewhere beginning with... It might be dangerous if someone finds his old... Holy smokes, you're right! He said he spent all the time researching... Alright then, let's head up!
Ouais. Alhaitham. Tiens donc.
Didn't expect to run into you here.
Alhaitham? What are you reading?
Sachin's notes? I came across his profile while I was organizing some documents, and if it wasn't for that, I never would have agreed to being a commentator. I had a hunch after seeing the fragment of his mind, and sure enough, I came here and found his research.
Wait! So, are you alright? How do you feel?
I think you may have misunderstood something. The reason Sachin chose that architect to inherit his research was that only he could really empathize with both the calamity and the humanity that these notes seek to convey. Only one who resonates with these sentiments would suffer and begin to think of history as bleak, the present as perplexing, and the future as pessimistic. Empathy is a double-edged sword. Clearly, I am not the same sort of person as Sachin was. Empaths have many friends, and their wide social circle comes with certain societal advantages. But this also makes it hard for them to achieve their goals.
Why's that?
All important
Mon chien qui
things in
pleure, il
life
tourne, il
involve
tourne, il tourne,
other people.
pour au final se coucher.
As such, it's extremely difficult. If you really want to achieve your goals, you have to be prepared to make enemies along the way. And that reality is like the material here. Objective, heavy, negative.
So, what are your thoughts now that you've read it?
As a scholar, Sachin was without a doubt a genius. He laid the blame for the darkness in the world squarely on humanity, experimented extensively with reliable results, and drew logical
So, people are bad? And things can only ever get worse?
That is not a question for me to answer. Someone else will arrive shortly. You can ask them. All I will say is that the world is not built on correctness alone. Sometimes, being correct means nothing at all. Lofty ideals may provide no defense at all against night. By their own choice, the idealist seeks to bring happiness to all while denying themselves the same. I've never been able to agree with certain philosophies. Even Sachin himself struggled to but sadly, all viewpoints will find their supporters. And the way we— Alright then, I got what I came for.
Wait, so you came here just to read this stuff? You missed out on a big get-together, you know.
Get-together? Ah, yes, that makes sense.
Guess what? Kaveh treated everyone this time.
Then I'm sure he packed up the leftovers for me. See ya.
And there he goes. Well, seems like he really wasn't affected by this research. He said that someone else would
Nahida et Nomade. Très bien.
Traveler, Paimon, you're already here. Nahida! Oh, and that guy. Wait, so you asked him to take part in the championship? Yes, it was me. Are you surprised? Did you know that there was something wrong with the diadem from the start? And if so, why didn't you— Because Sachin's research is not mistaken. He spent his entire life researching this topic, and these materials, these are the crystallization of his wisdom. Yes, I was worried that the material might cause some disruption, but I didn't want to wipe away all his hard work searching for the truth. So instead, I had Hat Guy here help me keep an eye on things.
Seriously? I think you can stop calling me that now.
Why? Don't you like it? Well, anyway, if Sachin's chosen successor hadn't been able to handle his research, or if it had brought pain to—
And after all that, the person Sachin chose turned his nose up at his life's work. Pretty hilarious.
I was also hoping that this could be an opportunity for you to learn how to interact with people normally. But
That wasn't necessary. I'm still paying you back for your help. And the last thing I need is more reasons to be indebted to you.
Nahida, what did you mean by Sachin's research is not mistaken? Put it this way instead. Truth to me is like a shroom boar. Some people only see the mushroom on the shroom boar's back, and they conclude that the shroom boar is a mushroom. Others see only the shroom boar's body, and they declare that the shroom— Still others look deeper inside, and determine that a shroom. These conclusions are all correct in their own way, but none of them objectively describe the shroom. Paimon kinda gets it. The world is the same way. No one, not even I included, can understand it in its entirety. All of us are somewhere on the path toward within the confines of our limited knowledge. Some may blindly believe in the beauty of this world. In truth, the most important thing isn't what state the world is in now, but what people hope it will become. But ultimately, my duty as the God of Wisdom is to guide every form of wisdom.
That was a long speech. So what are you actually going to do with these?
Because Kaveh, as the successor of this research, does not wish to see these ideas disseminated. But even though Sachin's research could be considered negative wisdom, it is still a building block of the truth. If someone wishes to follow in his... I also look forward to the day that a member of the Vahumana Darshan can not only comprehend his theories...
Vahumana doesn't have that kind of talent. Wait, you're not intending to keep me in Vahumana long term? I don't remember signing up to become a scholar. Don't...
Oh boy, here we... You think so? From your past. I will review your final thesis myself. I'm expecting great things from you, Mr. Hat Guy.
Et voilà, c'est fini. Il y a encore un bout de quête? Non, c'est fini. Après c'est du secondaire. Qu'on fera, peut-être. J'aimerais bien faire au moins un jeu de chaque pour voir ce que ça donne. Et faire ces quêtes là du coup. Hop, j'allais mettre le schème est terminé maintenant. Intermission avant. Hop. Voilà. Donc ouais, c'était un stream assez cool. Elle était bien la quête. Ce que je trouve dommage, c'est que c'est une quête d'événement qu'elle va disparaître. Que certaines personnes ne pourront jamais la jouer alors qu'elle est trop bien, en vrai. C'est comme là, j'ai revu des quêtes... Enfin, une scène de la quête avec Albedo à la montagne de dragon. Et en vrai, elle avait l'air trop stylée la quête, mais j'ai jamais fait et je le saurai jamais. What? What? Instable. Je suis en train de perdre ma connexion. C'est en train de bugger de fou. Ouais, il y a eu un gros saut. What? Bon. Alors, je suis désolé pour ça. Ma connexion a bugué. Je ne sais pas pourquoi. J'avais 44 images perdues, je passais à 4336. Pas mal. Bon, sur ce, je ne sais pas quand je pourrai stream. Mercredi peut-être je pourrai. Peut-être mardi soir je verrai. Parce que là c'est bien, il y a le MSI et c'est en pleine journée les matchs. Alors du coup le soir il n'y en a pas, normalement. C'est pas mal. Bon. La prochaine fois, on fera sûrement toutes les quêtes un peu secondaires de la célébration de la Providence. Et après, les prochains streams seront peut-être sur The Witcher. Peut-être Honkai. Alors, j'ai essayé. Je n'aime vraiment pas le système de combat à tour par tour comme ça. Je trouve ça nul. Vraiment. C'est vraiment bof, je trouve. Bref, de toute façon, ça se voit au style de jeu que j'ai beaucoup joué. J'ai fait tous les Assassin's Creed. Il y a un monde ouvert, combat libre. Les The Witcher 2 fois. Combat libre un peu. Genshin, c'est des combats un peu libres. En tour par tour, j'aime pas. J'aime vraiment pas. Parce que t'es là, t'attends que l'ennemi te tape. Avant de le taper. C'est nul. Tu peux pas dodge, tu peux pas. Y a pas de mécanique, y a rien. C'est nul. Autant jouer à un jeu de cartes, c'est pareil, enfin. Non, ça m'intéresse vraiment pas le tour par tour. Je pense même que je vais le désinstaller le jeu. Je l'ai installé, mais. Je vais essayer d'y rejouer un peu. Voir un peu. Parce que les graphismes sont pas mal en vrai. L'histoire, bah, je sais pas du coup. Mais. Le style de combat, j'aime pas. Et c'est quand même une partie assez importante du jeu, quoi. Enfin bref. Bon, sur ce, je vous laisse. Je vous souhaite une bonne nuit. N'hésitez pas à passer sur Twitter pour être averti des lives et sur YouTube pour avoir la rediffusion. Et sur ce, bah, je vous dis à la prochaine. Ciao, ciao.